Sandy's Blasting Bronco is an Intamin LSM launch coaster located at the Nickelodeon Universe theme park inside the American Dream Mall. According to Intamin, this is a variation and prototype to their vertical LSM coaster model that they announced in 2020. The ride has modest stats with a height of 85 feet, a top speed of 48 miles an hour, and a length of just over 1,600 feet. The ride features 4 inversions and an LSM launch. This ride is super compact and is often said to be the best coaster at the park, according to many enthusiasts. And in this review, I'll be going over the ride experience and whether I agree or not with this being the best in the park. Sandy's Blasting Bronco had a troubled past, as it did not open when the park originally opened back in October of 2019, and it didn't even have a permit from the state to run until March of 2020. Then COVID hit a few days later after it opened, and once the mall reopened, the park reopened, and people finally started to get to ride Sandy after a very long time of it not being open. The ride is in the back of the park, located against a window facing the New Jersey Turnpike. The ride originally required lockers, which were free for a certain amount of time. However, over time they added bins to the platform for riders to place their items. The trains are the same type of trains you would find on Maverick. However, these feature a comfortable lap bar rather than the over-the-shoulder straps found on most Intamin accelerators and early Blitz coasters. These trains are fairly comfy and feel very open. Once you get all clear, the train sits for a second, then launches 0 to 48 miles an hour in about 1.9 seconds. This launch throws you into the back of your seat, and at the end of the launch you rise up into the first inversion. The pull up into this inland pulls a ton of positive G's and immediately turns into hang time at the top. The twist out of the inversion pulls into a tight valley over the station into another inland. This once again pulls some powerful positive G's, and you get some hang time at the top of this inversion, just like the first one. The twist out of this inversion is very tight and compact and gives great laterals and whip. The ride then goes into another tight valley with tons of positives, and the next element is a rollover, which is fairly tall, and the roll at the top is very slow. If you don't know what a rollover is, this is the first 2 inversions found on almost every single Vekoma SLC. You get some great hang time rolling through the 2 inversions, and while twisting through the roll, when you're sideways, you get some lateral hang time where you hang out at the side of the train for a decent amount of time. The dive out of the rollover is where the ride hits the brakes. You slam into the front of your lap bar and hang there for a second as the train slowly rolls into the station. Now most people at this point think the ride is over. Now if the ride was over, it would already be a great launch coaster. However, the ride has a unique trick up its sleeve. The train returns to the station and the ride ops tell everyone to keep their seatbelts on and fastened as the ride is not over yet. The station then spins 180 degrees around, putting the train backwards. Now usually if a ride like this, or a shuttle launch coaster, or a triple launch coaster just like this, has a turntable, it's usually so the ride can run multiple trains. However, the whole point of this turntable is so that the train can flip around backwards and you basically get a double cycle with a unique twist. After the train turns around, you repeat the layout backwards. The ride then becomes 10 times as good as it already was. The launch backwards is one of the best moments on any coaster I've ridden. You get folded over onto your lap bar and stay that way for the entire launch, and on the positives heading up to the first inversion is disorienting. Also, the second inversion's twist out is absolutely crazy if you're sitting in the front row while going backwards. If you sit in the right side seat specifically and relax your body, you get thrown out of the side of the train in a violent manner, something similar to Skyrush's turns. In my opinion, this ride is 100% a front row ride. The feeling of the wind in your face, along with the launch in the backward section, and the twist out of the second inversion are 100% better in the front. The ride is also much smoother in the front. For whatever reason, in the back row, there was a strong vibration throughout the entire ride, and especially in the tight valleys. This seems to be a problem for the park in general, since the rides did sit half-built for a long period of time, and the supports go right into the ground instead of having above-ground footers, which I honestly don't understand how that works, but clearly it does because the rides are still there and still running. Currently, I think this ride is indeed the best at the park, and one of the best in New Jersey in my opinion. Sandy's Blasting Bronco currently sits at my number 35 out of 212 coasters, right in front of Millennium Force, and right behind Phobia Fear Coaster. Overall, I give this ride an 8 out of 10. It does everything very well that it's supposed to, however the slight vibration does kind of deter it from being better in my opinion. and its lack of ejector or any sort of airtime. It would be cool if Intamin decided to put some sort of airtime moment in this, whether it be a speed hill or something like Maverick's first airtime hill that it has, but it seems like both the versions of this ride, which are the Intamin vertical LSMs, both focus on more positive Gs, speed, and hang time. Thanks for watching, everybody, and hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please give it a like, and maybe even subscribe for more content just like this, and make sure to comment your thoughts on Sandy's Blasting Bronco down below. Thanks for watching once again. Hope to see everybody in the next video.